Alrighty, here we go. Check your encoder. I am simply just going to ignore that because I think we should be fine. Yes, excellent connection. That's the way. All right. Welcome back, everybody. If anybody is watching anyway. So today I'm going to go back to working on. Are we okay here with the audio? I think so. Are we going to go back? Yes, I think so. Let's just do a little bit more. Here we go. Yes. Are we doing it? Yes, let's go. Cool. All right. So I've been busy. Been working mighty tuts, mighty tuts, mighty tuts.com. So this is my new website. So this is going to be the main website where I post all the tutorials that follow up from the YouTube channel really. So this is the last video that I've released a couple of days ago. And this is kind of like the write-up that explains it as you go. And I like this because sometimes it's good to not only watch the video. I thought I changed this anyway. Not only you watch the video, but also kind of like sometimes there are things that you need to like look into it when it comes to like the code or copy the code and so on. Eventually, I think it's something I'll work on tonight or tomorrow. I'm gonna add a way for you guys to download the code that we worked throughout the video. There's a couple of things that I'm going to do about on this website. Yeah, there are many things actually, just really bare and empty now, and I like it simple like that. But there are, I want to change this. I want to change this footer a couple of ways, different ways. I also want to change the way we render things a little bit inside of the blog posts. So yeah, I feel like there's just so much space between things, and maybe the fonts are not the best as well. So yeah, I'll do a couple of things here and there. I'll clean things up as we go, but this is kind of like the start. So let's see how things go, I guess. And we have the search. Search is really good. So you could do like p term, and this is everywhere that p term is being mentioned in the whole application, in the whole website at least. Or maybe you can do algorithms, or you can do Golang, and then you can see what's up with Golang. Then you can go up and down. So I like this. This it's Hugo, and honestly, if you have not used Hugo, if you are kind of like used to the more of the traditional JavaScript stuff, man, you gotta try out Hugo. Oh wow, I'm not sharing my screen. Oh my god, I've been talking to the void for a while now. Okay, let me do this again. All right, here we go. This is not fun. All right, here we go. Yeah, this is the website. I am doing things with it. You can search like this, Golang, and then you can kind of like change things and go to this website. I'll go to this blog post. I was saying, well, because nobody was watching anything. Can you guys see now? You should be right. Yeah. So I was saying that we need to. I need to do a lot of work, a lot more work to do this. So I do have like all the content that I publish on YouTube is kind of like translated into a blog post here, which I really like. I was saying like a lot of times you actually need to follow the YouTube video, but then sometimes you need to capture the code or like follow along with the code step by step. And that's where this will come in really. So stuff like this, explaining it what it is, what is this for, what is this for. It's mentioned in the video, but I think it's good also to have this. Like for example, you see me do this, but you just want to copy and paste it, and what the hell, where is it, and so on. So yeah, stuff like that. Um, I don't know what this is, but anyway, like yeah. So I like this kind of like follow up from there, and then I will either tonight or tomorrow. I'm gonna write some kind of like a component. Maybe I'll put it somewhere in the middle where you can download the code that we have written in this video. But yeah, that's what I've been busy with in the past couple of days. It took a while. This is using Hugo. I'll say it again. I will not stop saying this actually. Hugo is fantastic. It's hard to explain how awesome this is, especially if you know Go. And if you don't know Go, then you need to know Go so you can work with Hugo. It's crazy to me that this is not known in a way that Next.js is known, for example. And you guys know like front end masters, it's this is built in Hugo. And I've always thought, like, what? Why? But you use the platform, you use the framework, and you're like, yep, I get it. This is just so good. It's fast, it's composable. There are tons of themes. The way it works with Markdown is just magical, and like you don't have to worry about theme. And yeah, yeah, I hear you saying like you can use Next.js with whatever like MDX or whatever. Oh man, it's different. It's different. And maybe because I started with a really good theme, and also the theme, if you guys are curious, the theme is called Hugo Play. I don't know if it's here. Maybe it's not. Yeah, Hugo Play. It's a really good theme. So you can see here that I haven't really changed much. But yeah, it's a very good theme. It came up with a lot of things. I deleted this because I don't like it. But it did come with a lot of things. So a lot of things that I kind of like to have on basically on a blog post or on a website just came out of the box. Not only that, I'm also finding that working with Hugo itself is just really such a breeze, man. I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, you don't need to worry about API calls or like writing things here and there. It's literally everything is in Markdown file locally, and the thing is, and it's so fast, and it's already optimizes all your images. It's already like it just works, man. I don't know how to say it in other words. It just works. So yeah, I highly recommend. Have a look. I really, really enjoy working with Hugo now. It's the best I have. Like, yeah, it's really good. So where is I can do this now. I can do this. Yes, here we go. So yeah, I highly recommend working with Hugo. If you haven't, then you should. Now, going back to what we are going to talk about today, which is basically Sidekick. Let me just clean things up a little bit. Let me also stop the monitoring. Yes, thank you. So I don't hear myself speaking. Let's start the timer. What are we doing? We're doing Sidekick stream. Yes, here we go. And yes, if you guys see this, I track every single time I do work across anything, literally across anything. And that's the only way that makes sense to me that I'm actually working on something. So yeah, maybe you guys should be getting inspired with this. I think it's a great thing to do. Anyway, so today we are going to work on, or I am going to work on. You guys are going to watch me if there's someone out there. I'm going to work on the. Actually, let me bring up the stream chat doc here. I should probably kind of like overlay this somewhere in the stream, but I'm too lazy to do it. I don't think any people are actually streaming, like commenting on my streams nowadays anyway. It doesn't really matter. This is just for me. I do this work anyway, so it's good to stream it because it's fun to talk to myself when I'm working. And my wife always says that I'm crazy because I'm speaking with myself when I'm working, but now I'm speaking to somebody who might be watching this. And I don't think anybody is, so it doesn't matter. Cool. All right. So today we are going to focus on Sidekick. So Sidekick is actually looking very good so far. So for the people who have been kind of like following up, we have this project Sidekick, and it's really is to me the best way so far to kind of like structure a VPS and get it up and running, and then you can run everything that you want to do on your VPS. So the idea is that instead of like paying many different kind of services like Railway and this and that, you can just get a cheap VPS and then you can have all your side projects there. Um, and this, the main objective of this is kind of like to facilitate self-hosting in a way that maybe hasn't been happening before. Um, so you don't have to worry about HTTPS. You don't really have to worry about TLS certificates. And this is what you get really with Sidekick. So it's one command setup. So you get a VPS from wherever. I use DigitalOcean as you guys will see now, but you get it from wherever you want, and you just like one command setup. We will set up Docker. We will set up traffic. We will set up SOPs. We will set up AGE for you. It's just perfect. And then you can literally, if you have any application that has a Docker file, you can deploy it with one command anything with one command, and you can get it up and running right away. You don't have to worry about TLS concerts or configs or all that stuff. All stuff happens automatically. You get zero downtime deployments. I've done this in a previous stream, but basically, yeah, if you have a new version of your application, you just deploy it. You don't have to worry about it. Your application will not gonna stop or have a downtime whatsoever. Obviously, you can connect to domain. I usually just use sleep.io out of the box, and usually this is kind of the standard going forward. We have best integration with SOPs, and this is really cool because SOPs is fantastic, and it has been one of those things that a lot of like big companies do to make sure that things are safe, but maybe like small people or like small scale guys like you and me who are running things on their VPS, they wouldn't really care enough to set up SOPs and have things be as secure as they should be. And the idea here is that with SOPs and AGE, I would say like it's as secure as it can get with your environment variables. You don't have to worry about it unless you commit that shit in your into your repo, but that's up to you, mate. Usually you don't do that. You just don't do the stupid things, and we will look after you basically. This is what we're working on today. Basically, single command preview deployments, and then obviously you can skip the vendor lock. I think at some point what I will do, I will add a command to basically copy everything that you have on this IP address, on this VPS to another VPS. And this is heavily inspired by Kamal. In Kamal, you can do the same thing. And this the whole project is really inspired by Kamal and Fly.io. And I write that also there. But in Kamal, you don't have to like, I think you can just simply go deploy somewhere else. And that is so good, really. Yeah, I like that very much. You can kind of like deploy somewhere else to another server, and that's awesome. So yeah, have a look at Kamal. Kamal is fantastic. I think Kamal is fantastic, but usually you can use Kamal as a Docker, or you can use it somewhere else. I think Kamal can be changed a little bit. Usually with Kamal is more about like one instant of one application per IP because it's made for like really high scale. We don't do that with Sidekick. That's not the objective at all. In fact, the objective with Sidekick is absolutely the opposite. What you want to do with Sidekick, or like the reason why I'm making Sidekick, is for a maker or a builder who just basically wants to run things on one VPS as cheap as possible, so they can keep trying different things, and that's the whole idea. Yeah, you can just keep trying different things, and that's the best way to go, in my opinion. But yeah, in Camel, you specify different servers for the same application, and they will deploy these different servers there, and it will just load balance them and so on, which we don't want to do that. It's fantastic, but that's not like kind of like the way we want to go for. Okay, okay, I'm gonna stop talking as an introduction. Let's get to work. It's already 9, almost 9, so I don't think I can pull off 1 hour here. So let's see how things go. All right, so let's deploy a new server and work on deploying a preview environment. So let's do that. MSM on. So right now, like I mentioned, um, zero downtime deployments. We already have kind of like initial setup to set up things for you, the TLS certs and everything. And we also have deploying basic Docker files, Docker images. So if you have any project that is based on a Docker file, you can simply do that. So right now here I have this test application, which is a Next.js application here. And with your Next.js application in this test app, it's just a test app, but you can actually deploy it in a matter of like less than 1 minute, and it will be just alive online. And we will do that now. I'll show you guys how to do that because I actually need to. I need just to deploy this application there. And then once we deploy it, I also show you how we can work out the part we're working on today, which is basically this the preview deployment. So I have this command here to do the zero deployment stuff. It's quite similar to what we do in launch, but I am just thinking about the structure and then running things and encrypting your environment variables the same way we do at launch and so on. There's a couple of things we're gonna go through today. Cool. Let's run Sidekick init on this IP address. Um, Usually it takes around 2.5 minutes, and it will do a couple of things. It's gonna set things up, upgrade it, update it, do everything that needs to do. There is a couple of things actually here that I want to improve, so maybe we will do that, but probably not today. But there is definitely a couple of things here that I want to improve when it comes to the setup. So right now, I think the script setup that goes into no, no, not here. It's in stages. So right now we do this on the first command, the first stage really. We install sops. We install, what is this? Oh yeah, this is for sops. Yes, that's right. And this is just some bunch of things in Aga here, and then some bunch of things that I need to install. Actually, you just reminded me I need to install Helix. I will definitely add Helix installation here because I can't with Vim. I just can't. I don't know how you guys do this. People love Vim and Neo Vim. Man, the motions don't make any sense. I don't know how you guys do this. So yeah, just I can't. So I'm actually going to install Helix right now after we do this. And then once that's done, we will install Docker. It's still wild to me that installing Docker on an Ubuntu machine is just so many things. It is definitely wild to me. I do believe there might be another way to make things a little bit easier. I also need to clean this up a little bit at some point. But for now, this works, so I'm not gonna touch it. And then finally, this is just the traffic stuff. This is just like basically just setting up the traffic project, the traffic proxy for your application. Sorry, for your VPS and let it sit there and wait. So that's done now. So that's awesome. I can also SSH into this VPS because I also I wanna remember how did we add the Helix last time. So if I do this, Helix is not found, snap install Helix. So I'm going to actually do that at this step here. So hoppa, snap install Helix dash Y, I believe, because let me just check that that works. Snap install Helix dash Y, unknown flag. Okay, cool. So we don't need this. So let's take it out. Snap install Helix, that's enough, right? Snap install Helix, that should be enough. If you understand you want to proceed, include dash dash classic. The revision of Snap Helix was published using classic confinement and thus may perform arbitrary system changes outside of security sandbox that Snap are usually confined to, which may put your system at risk. I don't like the sound of that, but I will not add this here because I am careful, but I'll install it on this one because I want to edit a couple of things. Also, I will repeat that again, man. Like, I don't know how you guys use Vim when Helix is right there. So, anyway, cool. So that's the first thing. Let this guy do its thing. Meanwhile, I can basically go into test app here, and then I have this application. Again, this is just a Java, an XJS application. I want to show you the Docker file here. This is a Docker file, just like a bunch of stuff. This is literally just copied from the Next.js repo, so nothing fancy there at all. What I'll do here is I'm gonna do Sidekick launch, and I'm gonna give it a name. Okay, this is Sidekick launch. Yeah, I remember. Yes, can we do this now? HX. Here we go. I love it. Cool. Anyway, so yeah, this is fine now. So exit this. We usually don't really catch up in this way. The Sidekick launch here, and then it will just ask me what's your name of your application, and let's call this FE-2 because I'm guessing there is a million FEs in my Docker. And then yes, it accepts as 3000, and this is kind of the usual load, um, the usual address. We don't have an environment file, and that's not fun. We actually need to add an environment file. .env, we don't have anything. So let's add an environment file first. Boom, boom, boom. Where are we? We are in test app. So touch.env right there. And then .env here. Thank you. And then we can just do something like database URL equals pg pg3453. I can't type anymore. And then like this, and then root at pg. Okay, whatever that is, man. Okay, cool. So now we do have a secret. I do think it's important to get that secret there. We also need to use that secret. So let's do this inside the database, inside the API, I mean. Let's do that here. Let's change this to return back the secret. Process.env dot what? Process.env. What was the name again? Database URL, yes. Process.env the database URL. Cool. And that means that we are going to return this this database, this process or the environment variable whenever we run this application, and that will be enough for us for now. So let's do a launch command here again, and let's just do this fe10. I don't remember, so let's just be safe. Yes, loaded from env and file detected. Ooh, ouch! What's happening? Launch. Okay, that's not fun. I don't know, sometimes it's really cryptic. Command that execute on line 191 of launch. Line 191. I actually 191 go. Docker build. Uh, okay. Why? Open up the scripts. Docker handle. We have not changed this, right? Project folder. Um, app name, Docker username, and then project folder. App name, Docker username, and then the project folder. Okay. Why? Alrighty. So let's std oi std out equals, just split it out here so I can see why are you complaining about std out, and then docker build command at std yes, std. And then finally, we just do os.exit, so I actually don't want to do anything afterwards. All right, not a great start, but we can do this as many times as we need to. Let me see, what have you done? Oof. Uh, Cobra, go. This is still at launch.go 191, right? Yes, friend, but what is the error? Uh, hmm. Why is it? Yeah, but no. Yeah, but no. Um, yeah. Okay, this looks good. Viber to get Docker username. Wait, hold on. Is it because the app name has a dash on it? Damn, son. I think that's true. Hmm. FE10. Oh no. What? Ah, wait, hold on. So I don't want the exit really. FE10. FE10. I don't. What is this error message? Command execute C. Command root. Yeah, I understand. Go cold root and root cold command launch. And then command init function. What the hell is this? Launch to go 191. Okay. From to the print line docker build error. Yeah. Are you gonna tell me anything? Oh, oh man, I'm dying. I know why. Ugh, damn it. I have an old. I have to go install first. I hate this. I hate this so much. Go install dot. Damn, dude, it's been a while. And then Sidekick launch again. E10. Here we go. Can I connect to the Docker daemon? Yes, here we go, my friend. That makes sense. So let's do this. But this panic really sucks. Yeah. Anyway, cool. That's because orb stack is not on. I decided to close orb stack, which obviously backfired. I'm gonna leave this here. I don't know. The panic really doesn't do its thing. I think maybe we should do log. Yeah, I think maybe you should do log. Log module. Log the fatal. Log the fatal line of Docker local bird error. Yeah, like that. Don't panic. Just log it. Actually, no, we want him to panic. We want the application to panic, but just log it first. You know what? I don't want any panic. Don't give it any panic. Just os.exit of one. That makes more sense. You just log whatever the error is and then you exit. Right? That kind of makes more sense. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So now I will I actually want to test this since we made it to happen. So let's quit this guy. Go back, go install dot, and then what? And then go into test, go into test app again, and then Sidekick launch. Fe10, boom, 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 and then there should be an error right there. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand. Because the error, yeah, yeah, the error here is empty, really. Yep. Because the error is passed into the OS. But then if I do that, then yeah, we need to put it somewhere else and then we can show it if we need to. Okay, not gonna do that now. Better handle of errors. Push it to another reader aside from OS, though actually another writer, not reader. Aside from aside from os.std error, and then flush it when it panics. Yep, we can do that later. For now, let's just do uh failed to run Docker. Let's just do that. Okay, let's just test that real quick. Install this guy. Go into your test app, Sidekick launch. Fe10. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Failed to run Docker, and that's it. Happy days. Cool. Let's leave that as it is at the moment. And then you just exit. I have to fix this at some point. Let's just run orb stack again. So now this command will work. Clear this up. Where are we? We are in Sidekick. Go install this guy. And then go into test app. Go into Sidekick launch. FE5. Let's go. We're going. We're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, cool. So now we are actually building the Docker image for Linux and we will push it and we will see what happens when we do. Cool. So that we leave that running now and then open up the preview command and let's go through it again. I did a little bit of work on this before, but that is the work that I did right there. It's nothing. Cool. Bum, 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 bum. So we have this deploy script, deploy app script, which is very new. Ah, yes, I remember this now. So we have this has end file check. And if you do have an end file, we will handle that properly. Yep. You don't have an end file, we handle that in a different way. And then it's the same thing here. We can either do this with the correct one way or not, or the incorrect way. And then I remember I wanted to check if the end file has changed or not. Yes, okay, it's coming back to me now. Because what happens now is we do have this guy, and then we will store the hash of the file. So the idea is when you go and try to deploy a new deployment, or when you go and try to deploy a preview environment, actually we shouldn't do that with the preview environment, right? Because with the preview environment, we don't really care if it has changed or not. We just always have to put it in a different way. Because the preview environment has to do with your mm, yeah. The preview environment should be dependent on nothing but the fact that you want to do it. Yeah. I was also thinking whether the preview environment should only be allowed when you have committed something on your branch, because we need some kind of like a short hash to deploy your thing. Yeah, so I'm still thinking about that one. So that one I'm not very sure about. I'm literally still thinking about it. But yeah, cool. So this is fine now. So the application is now set up. I'll just give it a second. Oops, what's happening here? Okay. So let's just give it a second. I don't know what happened with Kitty. It doesn't do that anymore. It used to be you click and then it would click. But anyway, let's go here. Right. Next up, Next.js application up and running. TLS is up and running. Absolute beauty. Then if I go here, I see this value right there. Right. So I think there's some kind of escaping happening there, which is not good, but I'm going to ignore that for now. Cool. So that's good. I also want to show you something else that we have here. If I go into Sidekick YAML here, you will see here that I have the name of the app, I have which version it is, where the image is, what the URL is, at what port it's listening, what time did I create it, and then we have which end file it is, and then the hash of that end file. And yes, that is fantastic, because the second time you want to deploy, we will obviously increment this to 2. Okay, why did I do that? Right. But then more importantly, we are going to check if you have changed anything on your environment file or not. If you have changed it, then we will push another version of it online, like we will encrypt it and then push it and see how it goes. Um, I don't know, maybe this is an overkill, but I did it and it's there, so let's do it. Cool. Now, the other thing is basically in the preview command, we don't really need to do any of this stuff, because I'm thinking, because I am, oops, what? Because, oi, because I'm thinking that what we need to do is basically make a folder. Yeah, we're not going to run this. This is the script to do zero downtime deployment. Yeah, we're not gonna do this at all. Mm. Yeah, I'm thinking what we need to do is mostly what we do here, really. So we need to log in, build the Docker image, run, build the Docker image, push it, but then we need to tag it with a hash because it can't be latest. Mm. So we need to figure out a hash. We have to figure out a hash. So get short last short hash. I think you can do git log and do some work with it. Yeah, something like that exactly. Rev parse short dash dash head. Riff parse can do a remarkable number of different things, so you would need to go through the documentation very carefully to spot that, though. The command also works with the long rev ID that are copy pasted from the other sources like git log. Okay. Hmm. So what happens if I run? Okay, shut this down. What happens if I run this here? Cool. So that's the guy that we are going to use to identify. That's what we are going to use to identify the current short hash, right? And then the idea is that where is this guy draw? The idea, is that we have this folder with your application on it, and that folder usually just doesn't have much. It just have the Docker compose file for your application. It also has the env, encrypted env here. And then here you have Docker compose. So what I'm thinking of doing is basically having those one folder, one big folder, and then I'm gonna wanna call this folder preview. So I'm gonna call this folder preview. I don't know about that name, might change, happy days, doesn't matter. So, and then inside that folder, we will have one folder per preview environment. And then we can limit the number of preview environments. And then this will literally be the hash like this. So the name of this folder is going to be the hash. So this hash, and inside this hash, we will have our own environment, encrypted environment. Again, it will be like env. Yep, this will be like env like that, and then your compose file. Oops, and then your compose file, and then your compose file, right? And then this guy will be repeated, and then we have to limit it. Oops, and this guy will be repeated, and then we will have to limit it to 3 or whatever it is. Yeah. Now that means that we need to tag git push git tag, but we have to check. So if you do this now, yeah, that's the thing. So if I click git status here, right. So I need to ask the user to commit his changes before they deploy, because every single preview environment needs to map out to one commit in the history, and I think that's quite important. I do think this is gonna make a difference if we do it without it, because that doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. So basically, every single preview environment has to map out to a single commit in the history. Now, that means that before you preview anything, we have to commit it. And that'll make things a little bit easier for us. So, okay, so we need to detect uncommitted changes. Yeah, how do I grant determine if yes, exactly. Thank you. Mentions in the comment git add dot git diff quiet git diff cached quiet. Oh, come on, man, really? That's not fun. Never rely on what? Porcelain commands. Always rely on plumbing commands. You can also check git status porcelain. What? Git diff index dash dash quiet head. Mm. All right. So that one, I don't know how to handle it. So let's see. We need to get diff index dash dash quite head. What does that mean? Now fail if the file called head. Oh, come on. While other solutions are very thorough, if you want to check something really quick and dirty, what? If there's any output in the status summary. Okay. What does this do? Okay. Hmm. Expanding on. Ah, right. Right. Like this. Okay. I see what you mean now. Okay. This looks good actually. Cool. Let's put that here. Oh man, I'm getting tired. Var check get tree script equals, and then just paste this stuff here. Okay, cool. Actually, we don't need this. Indentation is odd here because it's a string like this. Okay. Problem is, you have to do this somewhere else. Yeah, that's fine. We can do this. That's fine. It's easy peasy. Okay, yeah, I think that makes more sense. We're not gonna do this, man. Actually, we are gonna do something. Yeah, we're not gonna do this. That doesn't make sense. What we are going to do, what we are going to do is something like, actually something like this. Okay, so just do this here. Just thank you, and then organize your imports. Now, yeah, we also need to, I think I added this to utils last time. Viper init, yes. And then you can just call, no, not this one. This is for Viper. We need a way to, we need a utility function to parse. Man, did I not commit this? I remember working on this before. Anyway, I think we need a utility function to open up this file. Okay, I don't know. I remember working on this before. We need a utility function to open up this file. Yes, so it's like YAML Marshall after you, no, YAML on Marshall after you open up the file. Yeah, let me remember. I think there's something here called read file, open file, I think. What? If the file exists, read config. Okay. No way. Come on. You have to open up the file. Okay, just write it down. Stop being lazy. So first of all, we need to do utils dot viper init. That's important, right? And then we need to be able to do utils dot app init. No. Load app config. Yes, load app config. So let's go and make that. Let's go and make that. Oops. Let's go and make that here. What was again? Get load app content. Load app config. Yes. Okay, cool. Now this guy, what it will do is that it's literally just going to pick up the file from the current running command, the current running folder. It will basically just check if the file is there, and if the file is not there, it will just tell him, hey, sorry, my. Okay, cool. So this is going to return two things actually. It will return this type here that we have here, which I've absolutely forgotten. I haven't worked on this project for a little bit, so I am a bit rusty. It will return, yes, Sidekick project config file. It will return Sidekick project. Oh, come on, man. Why are you doing this to me? Why? Why? Yes, I know. Return nil nil. Okay, calm down. Oops. Okay, yeah, I am in rush. I'm the one who should probably calm down, no? Really? Okay. What? Man, come on, get out of here. Yeah, undefined. The f- which this is an package command. Hmm. Right. This can't be in package command. Yes, this has to be in package types. Ugh, I hate this so much. No, this has to move to. This has to move to a new package, I think, because it's going to be imported in command and also in. It will be imported in command, and then it will be imported in CMD, and it will also be imported in the utils package. Okay, I hate you. Uh, Show me the go back LST. Oh man, I hate this too. So the types isn't actually inside. Okay, that's not gonna work at all. I hate this. Okay, cool. So just mkdir of I don't understand. Maybe it should live in the utils. I don't understand why is it there. I think it makes sense for it to be in utils. CMD types to basically utils types. Go. Yes, I think this should make more sense. And then open up types again. Obviously, that will cause a lot of issues. I know. Calm down. Cool. And then that means hopefully that this one we don't really. Yeah, here we go. Sidekick app config, Sidekick project. Okay, there's a million things here. I hate the way that they don't make any sense. Sidekick app project, my side Sidekick app config config file. Yes, Sidekick app config file. Sidekick app config, Sidekick app config file. Yes, fine. Actually, not fine. Fine, not fine, fine, not fine, fine, not fine. Ah, don't know. We'll fix it later. Go back here, Sidekick app config file. Yes, it will return. It will return the whole file. Yes, this should just open up the file and that doesn't do anything else. I know the name sucks, but we will look at that later. Now, anything that has to do with this has to be utils dot, and then it will work. be utils dot, and it will work. AC utils dot, and it will work. Wow. Yeah, this is the wrong name now, so it should be this. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, there are some comments. Promotion of your channel, viewers and followers. No, shut up. I'm happy this way. Okay, cool. So this is gonna work more. What else are we doing here? Like, hopefully that works. Ah, here we go. All of this has to change too. Utils dot. Again, this is utils dot. And then finally, I believe it's finally. I don't know yet. Actually, there's still more. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. There's a lot more. Okay. I don't know how you can do select all the errors in one go. I don't know if that's possible, but because I don't think it actually is, I have to go through the file like that, which is painful. We still have 4 errors. I don't know what they are. Maybe it's on top. It's not. I think you can do the diagnostics. Ugh. There was something to do. Open workspace diagnostics picker. Yes, here we go. Yes, thank you. Okay. Utils dot. Yes, this one is also Sidekick config file. Yep. Open up the diagnostics again. That's fine. We don't care about these two. We don't care about this one. Okay, cool. That's done. Awesome. Now, we need to check if the file is there, and if it's not there, we just tell them, hey, bye-bye. So basically, you do this file exists, and what is this going to be? It's going to be sidekick.yaml. Yes, and then it's going to be like this. If no, if this is incorrect, if this is not true, yes. If this is not true, what we will do is we will basically log the fatal sidekick app command app config not found. Please run sidekick init first. Okay, cool. And then we exit os.exit of one. Cool. Happy days. And then we need to return some things. Return. We do really need to return. I don't know. Not enough return values. I understand. I don't think we need to return because we exit. I think it should be okay. Cool. So if it doesn't exist, do blah, 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 blah. If it does exist, we need to load it up. So I think it's like os.read file. Yes, os.read file. Sidekick.yaml. And that will return to us file content and an error. Yes, that's correct. And beautifully ignoring the error. How gorgeous. Uh, File read error. And then if file read error doesn't equal nil, we basically do something similar to this. Yes, I think so. Unable to load your config file might be corrupted because it exists, but we can't open it. And then we exit. Cool. Now, finally, you do have your file content. What you need to do is you do like, let me think. We have to have like this, something like this app config file, which is going to be equal to a sidekick app config file, an empty one. And that's an empty one. That's right. And then YAML.marshal. Uh, I don't remember how to do this. We need to marshal or unmarshal? Unmarshal, I think. I always get confused over this. YAML.unmarshal, and then the bytes are the file content. And then the target interface is going to be the app config file. That's right. And then this will return to you an error. So just give me that error, and then if error blah blah blah, error doesn't equal nil, we need to panic again. We need to do the same thing again. Oh, we need to do the same thing again. Yes. Let's leave it as it is. Okay. Finally, we need to return this app config file and a nil. Okay, cool. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, that being said, we need to look at this, which is going to be app. Okay, I have this open in both places. So let's look at it here. Let's go here first. And then let's go like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? Yes, app config equals to app config and then error app config equals this stuff. And then that's not how you type app config. App config yes, thank you. And then app config doesn't equal nil. And then we will do something similar because I'm really in the mood now. Cool. Just load that up. Yes, it's all good. And then finally, what I want you to do is actually just print it to make sure that we haven't screwed this up yet. App con. Oh, stop. App config. Ah, yes. We can't do this here. We can't do this here. Are we happy now or are we not? No, you're not. Why are we not happy now? Let me see. Ah, right, because there's a lot of couple of things here that suck. Come on, you should be happy now, all right? Uh, this is it. This is what I need. Okay, cool. Happy days. Let's install this. Oops, what did I do? Go install dot. Oops, thank you. Clean this up. Save it. Stop. Save it. Open up the floating window. Go install it. Go into the test application. And then finally, you run preview. Unknown command. What? Ah, I believe this is deploy preview. Yes, sir. Okay, I remembered now. I did this in deploy. How did I not remember this? I did this in deploy. Yes, here we are. I did this inside of deploy. That's where we actually make sure. Here we go. os.read file, os.unmarshal content. Oh my goodness, the whole thing is right there, my man. The whole thing is right there in front of your eyes. But you are blind, my friend. You are blind. You are blinded by your own ambition. That's what I'm telling you, okay? So this will go here actually. We don't, I mean, this was working last time. I don't have the capacity to huss and fuss over it. I believe this has to look like that. You unmarshal it, my friend. Unmarshal the hell out of it, my man. Don't do any of this. And then change this to be literally app config happy days. Yes, that's right. I like you. I like you. I actually like you. App config file. I like you. You're and then unmarshal it, not marshal it. unmarshal it into this, enable the process to project config. Ba, 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 ba. Yes, looking great. Load app config. Now go back into deploy where we yanked this out and then just say project config, which shouldn't be called project config. Project config and then load error equals to utils dot load app config. Yeah, halawa. And then if load error is not nil, then we just panic. Panic. I like to panic. I like to panic. All right, where we at? What you doing? All right, cool. So, this is the wrong one. Yep. Where are we going? This is utils. Just read the file, mate. Just read the file, mate. It's so simple, all right? Yes, the other thing I need to do, this should not be called project config, for God's sake, dude. Like, I hate that. Yes, please, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. I hate this project word. Everywhere, okay? Change it to app config file, just to be more pedantic about it, okay? Cool, happy days. I think we are on the right track now. So let's do back, go install, and then just open a preview again. Is this preview? No, it's not. Open a preview again. So we just load the config and print it if nothing is wrong with loading it. Yes, let's do that. Go into the test app and then Sidekick deploy preview. Let me see. Boom, it's being loaded properly. Love you. Awesome. So that's all good. So that's loaded. Now that this is loaded, what's happening outside? Now that this is loaded, we can do this app config. And I know that it's called app config in one place and it's called app config file in another place. I couldn't care less at this point. Now the current working directory, again, it's the same file, my man. Let's close this, please. I hate it. A preview, yes. And then open up deploy, yes. CWD, yes. CWD, OS, get CWD, go to preview, smash this. Smash this. Doesn't really matter. You smash it anyway. That's fine. Cool. Then finally, better-handed errors aside. Okay, this is bullshit. We need to run another script. We are getting there. We are getting there, guys. We are getting there. Scripts. Did we add anything? Yes. Here we go. This guy. So we need to run this guy. It doesn't have any. Ah, change this to git tree script. We don't need any of this. Just basically run it. Run this guy with this guy. Yes. We don't need this. Turns out I don't need it right now. I will need it later. So just print it. Happy days. And then please change this name to be git treat check. Happy days. Now I need to see this time. So git treat check. No. OS dot no stdr equals os dot stdr and oh my god, I'm panting. Get tree check dot std out equals os dot std out without a q. Cool, awesome. Stop it. This is awesome. Go back, go install it. What happened? Import is not used. Organize my imports, go again, happy days, and then go into the test. Oh, go into the test app. Yeah, I'm getting really tired. Cool. And then what? And then Sidekick launch deploy preview. Sidekick deploy preview. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Awesome. So just tell you the tree is dirty. Please commit changes before running this. Love it. This is probably not the best way to do this, but I don't mind it. Um, the problem is as well that output. Um, yeah, there is an issue as well with this. I don't like it because that came out. That came out of. Yeah, don't run it. This should work as at least in my understanding, output will run it and give you the output, but I don't know if it will actually do what I want it to do. STD out already set. Okay, sir. Here you go. No STD out. No, we don't set it. Okay, happy days. You don't piss me off now, all right? Go install that. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. So let's open up another one. Okay, cool. Um, yes, amazing. Um, yeah, that output. Uh, This output method, oh god damn it, man, returns its standard output. Any returned errors will usually be of type exit error. If C dot std error was nil, output populates exit error standard error. Understood. The problem is, no, there is no problem. We can use this. It's going to be handy indeed. Stop it, stop it, stop it, calm down, stop it, calm down, stop it, calm down. Output and error equals the stuff. And then font dot print line of output dot string. I don't know if you could do that. No, not like that. Not like that. This is just casting the type. We need to actually string. Yes, string of output. String of output. That's fine. And then if the error here is not nil, then panic. Panic with error. Panic with error, my man. Panic with error. Okay, go here. Go outside of this. Go install it. Go back here. Sidekick. Did you install it? You did. Sidekick Romans preview. Done. Ha 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 ha. Okay, this is actually nice. I don't remember why I'm not using this everywhere else, but it's nice. I like it. Cool. So, um, so that's the first thing. We can now check that we do have this value there, and then we need to run this. So we need to run this afterwards. So I think for this one, we really need to like, yeah, let's do that. So git short short hash short hash command equal exact command of this. Yes, sir. And then let's do the same thing that we have just did here. Yep, like that exactly. But just change this to git short hash command. Yes, I understand. I understand. Hash err and this hash output. And then finally change these two to hash err, jump to AG and change this to hash output. Cool. So yes, check if it's there, do stuff, and then otherwise, yes, there. Yes, sir. Happy days. Go here, go there. Something is wrong. Okay, cool. Executable file not found in path. What? Yes, this is why I am saying this context when you run execute does not work and it's pissing me off. And that's why we have to do it like this. And it sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, so you have to do SSH into it to do it properly. And again, it sucks, but it is what it is. I really hope there is a better way to do this, but there isn't. As far as I have relearned, there is not. And I don't want to fuck around knowing how to get the config of this. So really sucks. Anyway, so get git short hash, and that will basically be whatever is here, my man. Actually, just copy it like this, and then go here, and then just change it. That's fine. And then I think you can do ms. Thank you. Surround it with this happy days. Get short hash. And then basically we don't do this at all. We can do this instead. We can do this. Do this instead. Thank you. And then this one. Yes, this one get short hash. And do the rest should be the same, and that should make it work now. Go install this, go run this again. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. I love this. Okay, cool. So now we are able to grab a couple of important things. So if there is, yeah, that's the problem that I can't throw an error from here. I can just echo. I can just exit, and it's not very useful. So if we have an error, I mean, yeah, we can do that. Man, I know it doesn't sound the best, but we could do this. All good. And then we can just say if the output is not all good, then just panic. Yeah, so we don't really do it with the error here. We can just simply do this. If the output, no. If the string of output does not equal all good, that's how you do it in Go. If the string of output does not equal all good, then what you do is pterm the error the print line please commit any changes to Git before deploying a preview environment, and then os.exit 1. Okay, cool. So let's try that. I believe this should be okay. This should work really well. Let's clear this up first. Let's clear it up. Yes, let's run it. Yes, here we go. Please commit it before you do anything stupid. Cool. So that's great. That's fine. Okay, cool. So now that this will pass, what we will do is we don't need that anymore. Okay, what happened there? Oh yeah, we exited this. We didn't see it. That's good. So that's fine. And then we can get the shorthand. Um, so I could do this for now. I could do this for now and install it. What's happening? Bterm is imported. Man, it's fine. Just delete it. It's fine. Install this. and then go here again. Yes, okay. So that's your, oh, wait, did that change? No, it's not, obviously. Cool. So that is your Git hash. And finally, this is it. So we got the Git hash. That means we are committed to, please commit any changes to Git before deploying a preview environment. Before, please commit any changes. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's understandable enough. Okay, cool. Now that we would get the Git hash, what are we going to do with the Git hash? It's a great question. We should basically run the launch command into another folder. But that, my friends, we are going to do some other time because I'm tired. That's really true. I am tired. So yeah, but anyway, today we've had a look at how to kind of like run the commands on your local machine with Go. I'd love to get a way to run the command with basically exec.command, but it hasn't been working very well. So I need to, it's been always like exec.command, and then you do sh of that command, and then you have to have the command in a string, and it's really not fun. Yeah, I don't enjoy it doing it like this at all because you could simplify it a little bit if you do, oh, what happened there? If you do df and then gd, yeah. I mean, you could simplify a little bit if you were to copy this and then go here and then basically just change this to this, and that works. I think that will work. But a lot of times this command is basically has an if statement to whatever it is and just doesn't kind of work the same way. And I don't like the fact that you have to feed it in like that, but it kind of works, I guess. So I don't have an issue with it. But let me just try this real quick. I am addicted to this stuff, am I not? Yeah, all good. So yeah, you can do it this way, and that works. We just give you the short of the head where you're at the moment, and we will use that later on to make the folder and deploy things right there. I think that will be it for the day. I don't think I have any more energy. Obviously, I do all this after one full working day, so it's different for me. A huge number of custom settings to go streamwise. I'm okay, my man. Thank you very much. Anyway, thank you for listening, if anybody was listening. And I'll catch you probably tomorrow. I'll be working on Sidekick for a couple more days before I go back to doing YouTube stuff. See you guys later.